Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and today we're talking about comparisons.
Mountain Man Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I'm a part-time reseller based out of Montana. That means I go into estate sales and garage sales, thrift stores, places like that, sometimes even retail stores. Find things that I think are priced too low and then sell them online for a profit. Mostly, I do that on eBay. I dabble in Mercari time to time. I sell some stuff locally on Facebook Marketplace, and I have sold on Poshmark. I've messed around a little bit with the Etsy, and ultimately I came back to eBay, and that's where I live because, it serves me well. It's the second largest platform in the world for selling online, behind, of course, Amazon. Amazon has a much greater reach, but there are also many more rules, and I just don't want to spread myself too thin when I'm doing this part-time. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about playing the comparison game, and it's super easy to do as a reseller, right? You see YouTube videos like this, right? There are all sorts of content creators out there, and mostly what you see on YouTube is a highlight reel. You see the same thing on Facebook. You see the same thing on Instagram. People generally want to share good news, right? They want to say, hey, look what I found. I paid a quarter for it and it sold for $100, right? But very often what you actually see is, look what I sold for $100. You don't necessarily hear what they paid for it or what went into getting it. I'm not saying people are being dishonest. I'm saying you're not always getting the full picture. And so I thought about that because I actually sold something today for a very high dollar. And what I actually make off of that is not high dollar at all. And I think this is a very good example for the sort of thing that I'm talking about. Now, what I picked up? Well, I picked up that. I picked up my buddy. You guys remember my buddy?
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me.
My brother had one of these dolls. I saw this. It was available. It was an online auction. And I thought, you know what? It's cool. I had some childhood memory attached to it. And a lot of times I will buy something just because I think it would be cool to have in my store. It's sort of like when you have a brick and mortar store, you have the window front, you want to put a cool display up front, draw people in. I do that sometimes with some of my items. I will overpay for things just because I want them in my store, either to bring people in to see other stuff potentially, or because I just think it would be cool to buy and sell that thing. This was a little of both. This I got online for $100. I paid $100 for my buddy. Now, this is new. It's sealed still in the box. The box is a little bit beat up, but not actually in bad shape considering the age. And so I did pay definitely up for this. This is not garage sale price. I paid $100 for my buddy. Now, I did sell it today, and I sold it on an offer that I sent out for $215. This was free shipping. And so I sent out an offer of $215 and they accepted. Actually, I sent that out, I think 2 days ago, and they had accepted but not paid yet. And this morning they did actually pay. They were in a little more than that once they paid taxes and stuff like that. I think they paid like $230, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I charged them $215. So if I just took a screenshot, like that, and said, hey, look what I sold today on Instagram, then people would be amazed, right? That's a great sale. But again, not a garage sale price. I paid $100 for this. So if you do the math on my buddy, $215, generally you figure 13% for eBay fees, right? So multiply that by 87%. That's what you're going to get. $187.05 is what you get. Well, remember, I had to pay shipping. Well, UPS actually did me pretty well here. It paid $22, and I don't remember the odd cents. It was a low number, like 30 some cents. We'll call it $22 just for easy math, or call it $22.05, right? Make it easier. So we take out the shipping, but remember, we paid $100. So let's take out $122.05 off of that $187, and that's what we actually made off of the sale, right? So you're looking at, what is that, $55 in profit? Now, of course, you got to hold some of that back for taxes, but for purposes of this discussion, I'm not going to worry about taxes, though. Generally figure 20 to 25%. If you save that from your sales, you're doing okay. So at the end of the day, what did I really profit off a $215 sale? About $55. Again, I knew that getting into it, right? I knew I wasn't going to make a whole lot. I actually fielded several offers for $150 for this. But at that price point, I wouldn't make any money. So I did have to turn those down and counter. And I did have a fair price on it. There aren't very many sealed dolls like this available. And so it was a pretty good deal that this person got. But and I did make some money on it. But this is one of those things, like I said, that is a prime example of you don't know the whole story necessarily when you see sales like this of somebody sold a doll for $215. Great. What did they pay for it? I'm not sure. That figures in. Was it free shipping, or did the customer pay shipping? That figures in as well. Oh, yeah. And then you got to take out the fees, right? So I think especially for young resellers, not young in age, but young in the reselling world, it's very easy to fall into getting discouraged. Take Kevin over at Commonwealth Picker, Commonwealth Flipper, good friend of mine, good friend of the channel. And I was watching his video today. He was talking about, hey, we've got about $500 worth of orders that we're sending out, and then goes into it. For him, that's a good average day, right? I'm looking at that going, man, that is some high volume. That's way higher than what I see daily. But Kevin's also now doing this full time. He's got his wife helping him list stuff. Bubba's girlfriend is helping him list stuff. So multiple people listing things. He like I said, he does this full time. He's got a lot of stuff listed. He's also got a huge YouTube audience, and many of those are viewer sales as well. And so there's no way that I can compare my day going, man, I sold $200 today. I'm not even half of what Kevin sold. That it doesn't, the two don't fit. It's apples and tangerines, right? It's not the same. And so just I don't know how else to say it other than don't get caught in that trap. Don't look at what other people are doing. Now, certainly use that as inspiration. Use that as a goal that you can reach toward, but set your own goals. Set your own destination for eBay. Everybody's business is different. You've got to make work for you what works for you. So keep things realistic. We're getting ready to start into the new year. I'm not into the whole resolution thing, because then when you fail, you're like, well, I blew that. And then nothing, right? More important is to set goals, set personal goals, set business goals. And I think that is individual to all of our own businesses, whether it's the number of things we have listed, whether it's the number of things we sell, whether it's the number of items we sell, the average sales price, whatever it is inside your business, set it for you. And don't use other people to create your baseline, because like my buddy, it's a distorted picture if you don't have all the pieces. Moving on to something else, it's another potpourri episode. I just wanted to throw a shout out to all those that help us in the United States Postal Service. We like to rag on them when things don't go right, but you know what? This winter, we didn't really have the issues, did we? I mean, last year at this time, I was complaining. I made a video sort of complaining about how bad everything was going and how poorly executed the entire winter Christmas season was. It was like, didn't you guys not know that this was coming? So many things got lost. So many things took forever to reach customers. we had a lot of issues as resellers last year during the fourth quarter. Guess we didn't have that this year. Yeah, we had things here and there, just like normal, right? I mean, there was a higher volume, but this is a group that's handling millions and millions of packages a day. A couple are bound to get screwed up, right? And it sucks when it's yours, right? But on the whole, I think USPS did a fantastic job this season, as did UPS, as did FedEx. So shout out to you guys. Kudos to you guys. You are part of our business. And for the most part, you helped our businesses operate very efficiently this fourth quarter. The last thing I wanted to talk about in this one is, what I want to call trash packing. It actually came up in a question posed on a Facebook group saying, hey, we all just got all this Christmas paper. Do any of you use that as packing materials? Now, it doesn't sound like this person was solely wrapping items in used Christmas paper and then putting them in a box. The idea is to use them, use it as filler, right? And sort of cushion things inside of the box. But even then, like I said, trash packing. I know that, and some of you guys are going to come at me with this, I'm sure, but this is my opinion. Like I said earlier, you've got to run your business how you run your business and how it works. But, I do this channel to share with you what I think, and so I'm going to share with you what I think about this. And that simply is, if you do that, if I get a box in the mail that I purchased online, I spent my money on something from your store, and I get it and I open it up and there's old, used, crumpled up wrapping paper in there with Uncle Brian written on it somewhere, and there's Scotch tape, and there, maybe a bow slipped its way in there, and my baseball hat is buried under that somewhere. I'm not going to go online and leave negative feedback. I mean, I'm not that guy, but I'm probably not going to order from you again. I'm going to remember that and go, oh yeah, this is the one where I got that old wrapping paper stuff. It's just, it doesn't look professional, right? And no matter how small or how large you are on eBay, it is a business. It's a small business. Now, I guess maybe if you're selling one or two things a year, you just randomly get rid of stuff that the kids outgrew or that you don't use anymore, whatever it is, maybe not. But 95% of the resellers out there, I think, would be considered a small business. And you don't get that stuff from businesses, right? I mean, you don't, it's not professional. And it's not really recycling. I mean, I guess you saved yourself from having to use actual packing materials, but all you do in the end is force me to take your trash and put it in my trash. And I don't dig that. Right? I'm not a fan of that. I've received, sort of on the same track, I received one time an order off of eBay in a cereal box that somebody had turned inside out and then taped back up and shipped out. It took you more time and effort to rearrange a cereal box than it did to go to Walmart and buy a 50-cent box. Right? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Or the people that, go in dumpsters and pull out boxes. That's not me either. I save and reuse some boxes time to time, but 95% of my boxes, I buy them in bulk. I have them. I know what sizes I have. I have the perfect size for pretty much everything that I sell. I like it that way, and I like that it looks professional. I have a business, and I want to come off looking professional. Now, I get it. I get the sentiment behind it. I just don't think it translates to most people. Most people are going to get that and not think, oh, they're environmentally friendly. They're going to think, why did they send me their trash, right? It's the same thing, honestly, with grocery bags shoved in stuff used as that filler. I don't love that either. Because I guess it sort of makes me think, well, where is the line? Like, if your idea is, hey, we're going to reduce stuff that I'm throwing away, I'm going to reuse stuff. Well, what about your junk mail? You're getting the flyer from the car lot to come on down and scratch the thing off with the key. Are you putting that in? In the fall, we're going to start seeing all the political advertisements show up on our mailboxes. We're going to get a ton of that. Does that go in as filler? Right? No, because that would look crazy, right? it's not good business. I really don't think it is. And if you are going to do it, if this is something where it's like, you know what, no, this is my thing. I'm trying to reduce carbon footprint. Okay, but you're making me increase mine, right? As a parenthetical. I think you have to put that in your listings. I think you have to put on there, your intentions. We're trying to reduce our carbon footprint. We're trying to reduce the garbage that we throw away, we recycle, we reuse. So some of your packing material, some of your box, whatever, may be recycled material or repurposed material. I think if you're going to do that, put that in all of your listings just to give people a heads up so they know, or at least they have a chance to know if they actually read your description, what's coming, right? I think that's the best way to do that if you're going to put your trash in my box. Again, if you want to come at me, I guess you can come at me, but that's just how I feel about it. So that's what I got for you today, guys. We're going to wrap this thing up. I appreciate all of you joining. I appreciate all of the support. The channel is still slowly growing. We're up past, I think it's 10,200 subscribers now, which is just crazy that we've passed that point by the end of the year. Thank you to all who have subscribed. There are a lot of people that watch the channel that have not yet subscribed. So if this is content that you believe helps your business, it helps me a lot. If you subscribe down below, hit the bell. That'll let you know when we put new videos up, and hit that thumb. That does actually help. All that interaction helps us with the YouTube algorithm so it can get this video out to more people. Comments down below do that as well. So I appreciate you once again. We're going to cut this thing off. See you next time.